Well, hello, Young and the Restless Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, March the 22nd, 2023. Wednesday, March the 22nd. Well, I still got this going on, y'all. Jack tells Diane, why don't they announce their engagement at the gala? That General Hospital big event, 200 years, Genoa City, is not about Diane. Not about a woman that most of Genoa City hates. So let's announce something there. Let's take away from the festivities and make our announcement that, okay, Jack, okay, right? By the simple fact it's a masquerade ball party, I think somebody's going to get hurt. The intended target is Diane. How much you want to bet Summer gets hurt? Hopefully, Summer and Diane are not wearing similar outfits. Hopefully. Okay. That would be a nightmare. See, and then Phyllis would finally get that gut punch because, see, she and Stark and set all this in motion. All of this, promise me my daughter won't get hurt. Promise, you already knew by the fact of you saying, promise me my daughter won't get hurt. You know there's a huge possibility Summer would get hurt. And you're doing it in public where Summer's going to be, where Summer's father's going to be. I'll get back to Phyllis, okay? I'll get back to Phyllis. So anyway, nonsense. They want Kyle to buy in on the engagement before they make the announcement. Diane talks to Kyle. She gets Kyle to do her dirty work and call Summer, right? Tell her what Phyllis did. There's a doorbell ring. It's Mamie. And Jack answers the door. Mamie. I'm just going to say this, y'all. Never liked the fact that they named her Mamie in this soap. Never have. Sounds too much like Mammy to me. Okay? Yeah, that's how I feel about that. Never liked her name. So anyway, Mammy. Okay, so now they talk, they reminisce because she was like their mammy, their mommy. Because, you know, Dina was there. She was not there. She was absentee, right? She's been with that family for years, but they had a good little reminisce. She was surprised to see Diane there because she remembers Diane. She's like, oh, okay. Well, okay. How's that going with everybody? And Jack's like, well, not everybody's happy. What about Ashley? No, not Ashley. Didn't think so. So he convinces her to stay there, gave her a nice guest room. Okay. Because I can remember when her room was off the kitchen, right? But anyway, so she's gonna stay. She's gonna, you know, go to the masquerade ball, and we have Phyllis spending just the whole rest of the time, right, reeling about Diane and this engagement ring. And Stark is saying, well, look, we're putting our plan into motion tonight. And she says, I don't know, because I'm the one that's going to lose. Because obviously she knows whatever's going down, she knows she's going to be number one suspect. Seriously. And so she goes, I gotta, I don't know. And so he says, well, if you don't do it with me, she goes, I don't know. So she gets a text from Summer and her face melts because she knows by now. Summer knows she's lied to her. She knows. Maybe she could be thinking maybe they've even discovered Diane's wedding ring is missing, which it hasn't been discovered yet, right? So she says, my daughter texts me, I gotta go. She busts out of Stark's room. She goes downstairs to talk to Summer. And Summer's like, you know what? I just don't know anymore. I can't. She said, you made an appointment. You came to me and Kyle. You came to us. and you looked us in the eye and you told a bold-faced lie. Phyllis is like, how do you, she goes, you know what, don't. She says, don't you even. She says, you knew Stark had not left town. You knew he was still in town. And you wanted to use me and Kyle to get Jack and Diane back here. She said, how could you do this? She goes, you keep doing this to me over and over. Summer, everything I do for you, Summer. Summer said, I don't want to hear that no more. Enough. I'm done. I'm through. Summer leaves. Of course, we knew where Phyllis was going. Right back up to Stark's room. Okay, I'm in. See, Phyllis, Diane has taken my daughter. You see, Ashley hasn't gone so far of a deep end to alienate Abby. Nikki hasn't gone so far off a deep end that she's alienated Summer. But Phyllis had to be in your face still, just lying to her daughter's face, because Summer knew she wasn't supposed to meet Phyllis at the house. I'm surprised she didn't say, why were you at the house? Because you knew we weren't meeting. Why were you at the house? She should have cornered her on that, and she didn't. Maybe Kyle just told her about what Diane said, how she saw Phyllis and Stark. Maybe, you know what? I don't know. I don't know if I heard Diane say that Phyllis was in the house. I don't know that I heard her tell him that. So Summer might not know. Okay. That might be the truth. Might not know. Billy comes over and he sees Mamie, gives her the hug and tells Jack he's going to accept the offer. Jack is beaming from ear to ear. He's so happy because he needs the help. Of course, he needs the help. So he's happy about that. Then we have the arbitration. So Jill just busts in like she owns the joint. Says, good, I'm glad the arbitrator hasn't made a decision. I'm getting ready I've put an end to all this. And they're like, wait, what are you talking about, Jill? We don't need the arbitrator. And she goes, Christine and Amanda, we don't need you either, because the IPO is not going through. Or actually, did she say that? No, she didn't say that yet. She didn't say that till she got them at society. She said, I need to talk to Lily and Devon privately. And I said, well, what about the arbitration? She goes, look, I think I could put an end to all of this. If you feel you don't agree, you can always call the arbitrator back. But I feel you're not going to need it. So the arbitrator's like, oh, peace out. I'm out of here, right? And Christina's like, well, I don't know, Devon. And she goes, Devon says, no, I want to hear what Jill has to say. Jill, why don't you just tell us here? She goes, no, it needs to be private with you two. So Lily goes with Jill. The arbitrator's gone. What's her name? Christine leaves. And Devon is waiting around to talk to Amanda. And he said, as she's leaving, he goes, so you really wanted to make this personal, didn't you, Amanda? And for me, Devon shouldn't have even said anything to her. What Devon should have done is he should have gotten up and left with Christine. Because when Lily was leaving with Jill, he says, text me, I'll meet you there. He should have walked out the door with them. Because Amanda has really not had a chance to vent her anger on him fully. You know how Chance was when he would see Abby, right? Look, if we've all been cheated on and found out, we know how we are. And we were. The very next time we saw that cheater, you gotta bring it up again. You go, right? He should have just left her alone. Seriously. And actually, that would have pissed her off. Amanda would have been like, wait, I didn't get to tear him limb from limb, you know? But no, he had to stop her, and it gave her an opportunity to tell her how she felt about him. And yeah, she was looking for, whatever. We knew that was going to happen. So Devon gets to the restaurant, and Jill says, IPO's done, it's off the table. And they're like, wait, what? Yeah, I've decided not to. Because for the family, for healing, we all need to hear that. Yeah, right, Jill, for the money, right? And so they were like, wait, after all you've put us through? And Lily's like, wait, you're going to just do this? And he goes, so Devon is like, so Jill, how do you think this is going to play out? How do you think I can work with her after what she's done and said? And Lily's like, excuse me? I was not the only one saying stuff. Yeah, but you're the only one that called my ex, and knew she was going to make it. And so then they're getting ready to get into it again. And Jill's like, wait, just, you know what, you guys, bottom line, it's about family. And yes, we can work together. We owe it to Neil. We owe it to Kat. Oh, now she's what we owe it to, right? So it ended with no resolution. So I'm sure to get back to it tomorrow, this conversation, because I'm interested to see how it's going to go. How much are they going to pull on Devon? Is Jill going to pull on his Neil and you and your sister, acting like this? Let's get it together. So we shall see. I don't know. My thing, I made my comments about, either way, Devon, long as he gets to keep his company, I'm happy. Because Devon ultimately is over that division, and let me tell you something. Lily was the cause of his unborn child and the love of his life, Hillary's death. Took him a minute, but he got over it, and he still loves her, and they were close, got close. This disagreement tussle, nowhere near the devastation Devon felt. So yes, he and his sister will heal, because ultimately Devon does not answer to Lily at Chancellor Winters at all. He is completely over the Winters end of it. She was never his boss, and she won't be now. So we'll see. We'll see what the writers have in store. I think, like I said yesterday, there's more conflict with McCall being at Newman. So let's go to Comic Corner, because I feel some sneezing coming on, y'all. And once I start that, there's the sneezing, the nose, and everything else. So let's see if I can get through this. Anita says, Elena may be listening to Audra only to keep an eye on her. I don't think Elena is that stupid, as Tucker stated to Audra. Elena may have claws you may not be able to see coming your way. Well, she got a scalpel you may not be able to see coming your way, right? Anyway, Yolanda says, I hate for Devon to stay with Jill and dumb butt Lily. LaShunta says, I thought Devon was going to get his company back, but not stay and work with the two traitors. If Elena saw Amani, why not Audra? I know she could see Amani. Allie saw through her. I know. I can't believe Elena. Why do they dumb Elena down? I think she side-eyed Audra. She should know what Audra's all about. Look, anybody know what Audra's all about? I'll bet Mariah knew about her. Well, not Daniel. Noah told Mariah about Audra. Lily knew that when she called Amanda. Yeah, she knew what that was going to do. But guess what? If Devon hadn't cheated on Amanda and they had broken up peacefully, because Amanda was coming to tell him she was staying indefinitely with her parents. She was really coming to break up with him, seriously, right? because the long distance had already put distance, and she was going to be there for good. She was there to tell him to his face that she wasn't coming back to Genoa City. So let's say they parted their ways amicably. Who do you think Devon would have called to be his attorney? He would have called Amanda, because she's good at her job, and she did oversee, because she said at the arbitration, I wasn't there to oversee, you know, all the steps of the merging of the companies, but I reviewed all the documents. And I'm thinking, yes, she was there. Absolutely, she was there. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, Comment Corner Daily Recap fans, but Amanda definitely was involved in there. No. I do know Lily and Devon bought her. Maybe she was there reviewing Devon's side of things, because remember, her and Amani had their own practice. They had just signed a lease on their office. And then they merged Hamilton Winters. And then they talked her into coming to be over the whole legal department, and she brought Amani. So I guess it was corporate lawyers that put it together, but she was with Devon at that time, and she did look it over on his behalf. She was like his counsel. I think that's what happened. So if anybody remembers something different, can you go ahead and put that in comment corner? Let's see. Victor's fake. He doesn't care about Catherine or Neil. He wants Tucker's company for Adam. Of course, and he sure didn't tell Jill that. Remember, Newman was going after the company first. Devon offered money. Jill wouldn't accept it. He sure did. He said, how much money you want, Jill? But really, he was saying, how much money you want to buy out, for me to buy my company out. But Devon could have given as much money as Victor is given, right? And Devon would have been the private investor. Yeah, controlling the shots. So why take Victor's money? Devon, don't do it, because he wants his company not stay there. Too much bad blood. Now leave Devon. Just leave Devon. Well, he can't just leave. He doesn't even know if he's going to win. They would have to call the arbitrator all over again. And look, it wasn't going Devon's way. He really was not going to win, right? Unfortunately, he's not going to win. If that arbitrator is arguing on the facts, he's not winning. Anita says ditto. Hopefully he will buy McCall Unlimited once the purchase is final. He can tell Jill and Lily goodbye. We'll see. Yolanda says Catherine left the company to Victor anyway at first. Devon bought it for Jill. He gave Jill the money. Yes, he did. I would not stay with Jill. Jill has always been rotten. Jill's always done what Jill wanted. She's never had that great of business sense, if you ask me. Nancy says, I agree. And after all the problems Devon has had throughout the IPO business, I think he should still break away and buy Tucker's company. When Adam invited Tucker to sit down, and he said he'd buy Tucker a drink, and then Adam told Tucker that Victor was going to buy McCall Unlimited and let him run it. Tucker told Adam that he'd let him run his business over his dead body. So I'm not sure how all this is going to work out. However, when Victor came to Devon about what it would take to keep him at Chancellor, Devon says he never agreed that he wouldn't buy McCall Unlimited. He just said, get Jill to let me have my company, really. And I don't know, is that getting Jill to let him have his company because she canceled the IPO? I don't know. And Devon said he would consider. Yeah, he said, so we'll see. Well, because Victor did let him know he's interested in McCall. Really, he did. If he wants Adam to work with his company so bad, fire Victoria and put Adam in charge of Newman. Just my opinion. And if he needs a reason to fire Victoria, he can fire her for sexual harassment. Again, just my opinion. Well, nobody knows about that sexual harassment, right? And then Libby says, continuing to send healing vibes your way. Thank you, Libby. This episode was so boring. For the first time, I skipped some of the most repetitious dialogue, the arbitration, Nate and Victoria. I didn't even talk about Nate and Victoria. Did they even show Nate and Victoria today? I don't know that they. Oh, these comments are from yesterday's comment corner. You're right. It was Nate and Victoria. Right? Goodness. Because it was the same old, same old. Elena's lost her dang mind talking to Audra. Shame on the writers for making her so dumb. I just want to get the scheme or the scene to see where Victor offered Jill, to see what he offered Jill. And if Jill thinks Victor will keep his nose out of the company, next thing you know, he'll be selling her land from Key West. Victor never keeps his nose out of anything. He would find a way to take it all. That's Victor Newman. Go ahead and subscribe. Daily Recap Lady is much more interesting than the show, but not when she's not feeling well. Oh my goodness. Let's see how much comment. Oh, I'm almost done with comment corners because this is happening. Sherry says, fun fact, I saw a reporter asking the cast about their favorite co-star kissers. Victoria said Nate. Wow. I feel Elena is so tired she can't think outside of the hospital. And then Libby said to Sherry, IKR. Oh, I know, right? I did learn that. Elena's a doctor. You'd think she'd check her thyroid or do some tests, some blood work. She is tired all the time. She's been dragging this tired scheme for months. Maybe she's got a terminal illness and leaving the show, clearing the way for Big Cat fight over Nate. Sherry says, you're right. She's been tired way too long. And Lisa says, so can a private investor call in their money back? I don't know. You know, what if they need the money back? Well, Victor don't need it, but can he call it in? Because it's not a loan. It's an investment into the company. They actually get a stake. I don't know, right? Victoria was trying to get Chancellor Winters. She's the CEO. Jill, Lily, and Devon could lose their companies to Devon. Well, I don't know how they could lose it to Devon, but it's interesting. Getting in bed with Victor Newman is just never good. Never. He wants to take total domination and total control. I'm surprised Jill went for that. But you know what? Better have him to fight than your company's public. The board of directors decide Lily's too inexperienced to be the CEO. Boot her right out for somebody you don't even know. Boom. There you have it. So anyway, that's it. Thank you for comments on Comment Corner. I will be back with another daily recap. But listen, y'all, we'll see how I could squeeze that in because I should be able to get one more in. I'll try. I'm traveling, like I said, to Atlanta. So I'll try to do my best, but otherwise I'll be back on Monday with my daily recaps.